Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second edition of our series of webinars under the project Supporting Women Entrepreneurs. I hope you can hear me well and see the presentation well. We are sharing the housekeeping information in the chat. Before we even start, I have to mention that this webinar is being recorded and will be made available for viewing after the event. Just so you know, we are in principle not accepting any of the AI note takers, so we're accepting just actual participants who look like participants in the meeting. So you will not have access to this function, but as it is recorded, you can watch the event afterwards. I think we can move to the first slide. All right, so my name is Joanie. I'm a manager at the Monitor Deloitte practice as part of strategy. I am focusing on supporting EU institutions and stakeholders in various projects related to innovation, startups, scaling deep tech, and very importantly, supporting women entrepreneurs to become purposeful leaders. I have the immense pleasure of being your host for today's fabulous session. Before we start and look at today's agenda, I would like to introduce a few housekeeping rules. So the webinar is recorded, of course. If you choose to come on screen during the Q&A, you consent to being part of the recording. In terms of the questions, you can use the chat to share your thoughts, questions and reactions, but please keep it respectful and relevant to the topic. If you experience any issues, try refreshing Teams or rejoining the webinar. If you have really persistent problems, please reach out in the chat and a team member will assist you. Now let's introduce today's agenda. We have the pleasure to welcome today two wonderful speakers, Olivia Michkowska, a young founder of Be Healthy Honey, and Julia Gounet, a seasoned financial expert and coach of Hoxton Wealth UK. Both will first present their journey and then participate in a fireside chat, and we will discuss what it truly means to become an entrepreneur. We will then have an open Q&A. Oh, just one second. We'll have an open Q&A in which you'll have the chance to ask your questions live, and we will close around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Before diving in the core of today's session, I would like to give the floor to a very important person, and of course, we can go to the next slide. Dana Puya-Morel, she's going to give today's opening words. Dana is leading the Supporting Women Entrepreneurs project at the European Commission, DG Grow, and she's been an advocate for women's empowerment for many years now. Dana, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for this introduction. Welcome everybody to this webinar. And thank you for joining, for feeling so inspired to join. I hope you leave this webinar even more motivated to support girls and women, because this is what we do in this project. So this is our work at the European Commission, and this project is part of it. What we want girls and women to achieve their full potential. We want them to become, in a sense, the best version of themselves. And the ladies that you're going to see in this series that we have are role models. So it means that people who have done something remarkable in their field, and we want them to inspire others. So we want them to have followers, and especially younger girls who need to see these role models in order to become what they want to become. So thank you to you ladies who are here, speakers, and to who are hosting these sessions, because with your help, we can empower these young ladies to follow you and to do whatever they dream, because we know that a lot of girls, they have these dreams, but they think, oh, it's not for me, I cannot do it, I don't have the skills, I don't have the competencies. So we wanted them to learn from your journey. We wanted them to learn how to overcome obstacles from you. So thank you for accepting to be part of this project, and good luck to everybody. And I hope that you'll have followers who contact you afterwards to ask you for a little bit of mentoring or a little bit of support, or sometimes it's just a few good words that you need from somebody to continue your dream. So stay tuned, be open to learning, and let's make a bigger community out of this. Thank you, and enjoy today's session.
Thank you very much, Dana, for the opening words. As mentioned, today's session is part of the project supporting women entrepreneurs that Dana introduced. And I have the pleasure to coordinate this project together with the European Commission. The project addresses two main barriers to women entrepreneurship that you can see on screen, which are very important to address: the lack of data on women entrepreneurs and the low number of role models being promoted out there. We do this via three main activities as part of this project: a media campaign on role models, which today's session is part of, the collection and analysis of data on women entrepreneurs, and the organization of a conference also towards the end of the project. We will actually share more information very soon about this conference within our channels, so please make sure to follow us and stay tuned on this. Now let's dive in today's session. The goal of today is really to discuss what it means to take action and to become entrepreneurs. We'll address two perspectives that we believe are complementary. First, we'll have the point of view of a younger entrepreneur who started quite young and has already many insights to share. We'll discuss especially the beginnings of the entrepreneurial journey. And secondly, we'll address the longer-term perspective and dive into important tips regarding long-term planning and especially financial considerations. As already said, we are joined by two wonderful women entrepreneurs today who will tell us their stories and discuss how their ideas evolved into action, how they build confidence also through experience, and how mindsets played a key role in shaping their entrepreneurial journey. So without further ado, I would like to give the floor to our first speaker, Olivia Michkowska. She is a passionate social activist and entrepreneur. She co-founded Be Healthy Honey, a company that uses ultrasonic technology to protect bees populations. And moreover, she's also an event organizer and founder of several grassroots initiatives. She works to engage both the youngest and the oldest generation in meaningful civic actions. Currently, she mentors young people in launching impactful social campaigns and holds several advisory positions. Her achievements have earned her several awards, including being being the youngest person ever featured in the Forbes 30 Under 30. Olivia, I have the pleasure to give you the floor to kick off today's session.
Thank you so much for the invitation and for the opportunity to share something about me, what I'm doing, and the things that I have learned, because I feel like I've learned so many interesting things in the hard way through my experience, but I'm really happy to share them, so you will know in the future. So I feel like this should be valuable. So I was introduced, but I would just maybe tell you about Be Healthy Honey, because I'm the founder of Be Healthy Honey, and it's a startup. Uh, we treat bees from Varroa, which is a parasite that attacks bees globally, and we do this by with our device that emits ultrasounds. So I work with technology, with the business, and if you wonder why am I outside right now, I'm at the conference in Denmark. I'm at the beekeeping conference, so I'm doing things really related to my startup, and I'm so happy that even though I'm in Denmark, I'm doing so many things. I can meet with you. So yes, I will start my presentation now, and I will ask you to change the slide. Yes, another one. And here you can see that even though I'm 19, I started pretty pretty young. I started at the age of 14. So my journey um, has been quite long, even though I'm pretty young, but the age doesn't matter. I feel like the age, sometimes people look at you and assume many things, but what we do if we do something important, and we can tell about what we are doing in the proper way, everyone will support you and join you. So even though I started really young and I absolutely recommend it, I work with my grandfather who is 77 and he's doing amazing. So you can start at any age, and I feel like the fact that I started at 14 can help me support all of you who are here today, that who are younger, because I understand your problems and what you may encounter pretty pretty good, but um, I feel like if you are older, if you are maybe 25, 30, you can still do the same things or other things and just develop. So it's not that important. Okay, can we switch the slide? Yes. So I feel like when you start, uh, the best thing that you can do is to have a sense of purpose. I started doing anything uh, just because I had a sense of purpose, because I sat down one day and I just wondered what I want to do in the future, what I want to do with my life. And I've come to the conclusion that I want to change the world. I want to make impactful initiatives, develop, try many things, and that's how I started. Creating some social initiatives. I started doing the social work, many projects, and I've learned so many things about leadership, about organizations, about solving the problems and answering the needs uh, of people correctly. I've learned to listen to them. So I've gained so many skills from many disciplines, because I have also joined many NGOs that were combating really various problems, and that's why I gained knowledge from so many different topics, and I feel like it was great, even though I didn't know what I was doing exactly. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have every my career listed, and I didn't know that um, a while from this moment I will be leading a startup. But I knew that I want to make impactful solutions, and that's why when me and my grandfather started working on a solution for our beehives for us when it comes to the varroa parasite, after we developed the scientific technology, I started to think how to scale it, and I became an entrepreneur, and that's how it goes. Uh, and even though I've been through, as I said, I've been through many hard situations, I don't regret it. If you would ask me, right, if I knew all of this, and you would ask me if I want to repeat it, I would, because um, I've learned so many things about the business, about life, and I've gained so much knowledge, and my perspective is much different right now, and that I think that this is really valuable. Mm, Entrepreneurship gave me the chance to meet so many amazing people, to learn how to deal with customers, to learn how to adjust the product to people's needs. So I feel like this path allowed me to grow when it comes to my skills and when it comes to my career, but also as a person. I feel like I have much more knowledge. So that's why I recommend it to every girl every granddad, every grandfather, every granddaughter. Maybe you can also unite and create something together. Or if you have a sister or a brother or a friend, I feel like it's so great to have collaborators and to talk about your ideas and how to want to impact the world, because then many people can join you and help you. So during my journey, I've had so many things that I experienced, and I have uh, some lessons that I want to share with you. So I started with the mission, and I talked about that. Um, but the second thing that I want to tell you, it's really important, because um, nobody is prepared for everything, especially in the entrepreneurship. You never feel ready to start. You are always concerned. You always have doubts. But I feel like the most important thing is that if you have an idea, if you want to do something, start right now. It's better to just do something and learn by that, learn from the experience, try, test the waters, then then uh, then to wait and prepare, because what you might prepare may be not suitable for the things that are in the reality. So I feel like you should, whatever you want to do, you should start by testing it in the real life. Uh, I feel like this is the key. Uh, Another really important thing is that no matter where you are in your career, you should stay open and embrace the new experiences, because when I meet people that who achieved a lot, or when I meet many academic professors, they don't want to. They stay close to the new knowledge because they achieved so much. So they sometimes think that I've been to so many programs, I don't need any of the new programs, or I'm too good for this. Um, and I catched myself doing it once, and. I feel like it's not so good. I think that that every new experience can teach you something. Every person who you are talking to can teach you something, and you learn only when you are open. So when you are trying to catch that knowledge, when you are trying to take the lesson from your experiences, I uh, I think that to me, mindset uh, is one of the most important factors when it comes to the entrepreneurship and development. So I recommend you to maybe focus on that, or to be aware of it, because everyone can sometimes forget about it. Even me, sometimes I'm tired and I don't want to talk to anyone, or I'm just too busy and focused on myself that I don't talk to people, or I don't seek this knowledge. So yeah, that these are the lessons that I'm also trying to teach myself. Every time you have to repeat it. Another thing that I feel like my mission taught me is that even though you may not know everything, by trying, you also know what you are good at, or what are the things that you are bad at. So it's also great to know what are your strengths. It's great to know yourself, and then you can you know build your career much better. You can give the task that you hate or you are bad at to another people, and just have a great job that you love. So that's also important. uh, and another things that I listed here are more about your well-being, because a person that feels horrible and just have a bad health, it's not able to create great things and um, to have great ideas because the condition doesn't allow it. So you have to try to create for yourself great conditions by surrounding yourself with people that inspire you, people who motivate you, who give you good energy. You have to also take care of yourself physically, so sleep properly and eat properly, because no one can work for hours without eating. That's really dangerous, because I see many ambitious girls who are working, and then they don't care. They don't take care of their bodies, and they just start to have physical problems. So that is dangerous, and I advise you to have a, a, a balance between those two areas. Um, and when you see a girl like me or the other girls from the program, uh, don't be afraid to ask for advice or help, or to ask to collaborate, because it's so much better to collaborate and help each other than to compete. um, as women entrepreneurs, I would love us to build a community, a place where we can support each other and build so many interesting things. So if you want to collaborate, if you want to learn more about creating social impact, social initiatives, or startups, then I'm really open, and reach out to me. I will be happy to tell you everything, answer all of your questions, and to collaborate. So here you have my social media, and you can write a message there. I will be waiting.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time and attention.
Thank you very much, Olivia. Thanks for sharing your inspiring stories and your lessons. All right, we're going to move to Julia. With over 15 years of international experience in wealth management and investment banking internationally, Julia is a leading independent financial advisor and financial coach dedicated to empowering women to take control of their financial futures. She has made it her mission to guide female business owners and professionals towards financial freedom. A passionate advocate for financial literacy and well-being, Julia leverages her coaching skills to help women not only clarify their financial goals, but also build confidence in their ability to manage wealth. Julia, the floor is yours.
Hi, everybody, and thank you very much for the lovely introduction. It's my honor and privilege to be here today. So thank you very much for the invitation, and hope this will be a useful conversation for everybody. And I will give it a go to share my presentation. Technology is not my top skill, but I promise I'm better at finance. So let me try sharing my presentation, and hopefully it works this time. I believe this is good to go.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to talk about my personal journey, and hopefully this will give some ideas to our participants here, in terms of my challenges and obstacles, and where I come from. So hopefully this will be useful for the participants. So I would like to start with the quote. I really like the quotes and sayings that you're going to find out. So dream big, start small, but most of all, start is one of my favorite quotes from Simon Sinek, and he's one of the top leading leadership coaches. So how I've started, I was born in a small town in Istanbul where it's east meets west, and I was the youngest of the family, raised with two older brothers. So talking about role models, she's my primary school teacher, and she was one of my first female role models, as you can see, which I believe is really, really important. And this is my other role model, my mum, and I've studied in Turkey. I've studied maths and actuarial sciences in Turkey because being in a family surrounded by boys, I always wanted to be one of the boys, to be honest. And I was interested in being in doing subjects that is not supposed to be for girls, such as maths and actuarial sciences. But as I mentioned, I graduated with honors degree, and my mom here is my other biggest role models in my life. To talk about my career journey, I have been through academia, in corporate world, entrepreneurship, and everything in between. So my journey is slightly longer because of my age. But as Olivia mentioned, age is not relevant when it comes to entrepreneurship. You can start at any age. So I started with academia. Completed my teacher's training. I wanted to be a maths teacher. Then I realized that I'm not really good with kids. I've got 3 kids now, but I only like my own kids in small amounts, I would say. And started my master's degree studying pure maths at the same university. But because of the financial constraints, I wasn't able to carry on with my master's degree, and I have started my career journey in Turkey in the corporate world. Started working as an actuary in insurance sector. That was my first role. But then I thought it's really, really depressing to calculate people's possibility of dying or becoming sick was a bit depressive. At the age of 21, moved to banking as a management trainee and worked in private banking, risk management, and treasury departments in my corporate roles. However, I would describe myself as a risk taker, and I don't like staying in one place too long. I've decided to take an opportunity to move abroad at the age of 28, and an opportunity came to move to Dublin as a country manager. And then I moved back to Istanbul. So I was moving back and forth between Dublin and Istanbul. And while I was moving between Dublin and Istanbul, I met with my ex-husband and we got married and moved to London. As the reason why I wanted to say that is I was quite keen to take risks earlier in my life and earlier in my career. And I believe that shaped me, who I am at the moment, by taking these risks. And then I've had a corporate career in the UK, worked in investment banking at Commerzbank. Then I had a career break. I had my first child, then returned back to working at UBS Wealth Management. And second career break comes after having twin boys. So I was the lucky one, ended up with 3 boys under the age of 5. So that was the start of my entrepreneurial journey because I left work. I was kind of struggling within the corporate role, juggling family and the career. I trained as a personal transformation coach, but I think the idea for me was to understand myself. What is it that I really want in life? And set up my first business, which is a career coaching consultancy, Zen Professional, to help female professionals in finance and banking, mainly juggling career and motherhood, because I believed if I had a mentor, I would have probably make a different choice, and I wanted to help others going through the same challenges as mine. And Then I requalified as a financial advisor in the UK in 2019 while I was going through divorce, because I always wanted to go back to my career in finance. I set up my own practice, Venus Global Finance, which is an independent financial advice and coaching practice aiming to empower female business owners and professionals financially. Because I learned the hard way that if you don't or if you're not in control of your finances, unfortunately, it's very difficult to reach your goals in life. And I wanted to help others with my qualifications and with my personal experiences. So Venus Global Finance is, in a way, in entrepreneurship, describes my why I have worked through finance and why I have been through all this in my career journey, personally and professionally, because I believe that nothing happens coincidentally. Everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for a good reason. So this business is because of my own journey through marriage, moving countries, motherhood, divorce, and I understand, like personally, how it feels to go through major changes. And more importantly, as I mentioned, I learned the hard way the importance of being financially prepared for these challenges, because this is life and it happens to all of us. So now my vision is to empower women financially, to close the financial gender gap. So we still talk about the financial gender gap in this day and age, and that's kind of my vision and the mission. So how is it going now? I'm a fully qualified and FCA authorized independent financial advisor working at Hoxton Wealth, which is an international wealth management firm. We have got offices in UK, USA, Australia, Asia, and Europe, offering cross-border financial advice to expatriates all over the world. So I would like to make financial advice more accessible to more people by joining events like that. And also, I believe Hoxton Wealth is going to help me with my mission to make my journey, take my journey more international space. So the moral of the story, why there's this whole long story of my journey, is if I can do it, so can you. And it really doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you, always says Oprah. And I will finish with that quote. And I hope this was useful, and look forward to the rest of our conversation.
Thank you very much, Julia, for sharing your story. It's great to see the importance of purpose and our why, staying our why in both your journeys. We'll now move to our fireside chat. Although we don't have an actual fire, we are in the online environment, obviously, but we're going to move to this part of today's session. We actually took a bit more time than foreseen already, so to make sure we can keep a bit of time for the Q&A at the end, I will ask you both to be a bit concise in your replies to the following questions. So there are several themes we want to address with both of you today. The first part I'd like to address is really the topic of starting as an entrepreneur. As this represents a major move for anyone, and I'm sure many women in our audience today are perhaps asking themselves whether they should dive into an entrepreneurial journey themselves, whether it's really for them or not. Women tend to think way longer than men before deciding to launch a business for various reasons. So first, I'd like to start maybe with a question to Olivia. For you, what sparked your first entrepreneurial idea, and especially what made you act on it?
So my first idea wasn't entrepreneurial; it was social. So I learned how to build social initiatives, and then when I had my first entrepreneurial idea, I didn't know a lot of things, how to, you know, create something, how to promote it on social media. And when I created it, I was confident that I will manage to do it, because I didn't know everything. I did know so little, but I did know something, and it helped me to just see if it is for me. So I was prepared to try. I didn't know if it's gonna succeed or not, but I just tried and let myself fail or not. Of course, I really wanted to succeed, but I was also okay with failing, and I feel like that gave me so much confidence to just start and see how it goes. So I think like that is really important. And I also really believed that I should start this business, because my business is impactful. And we what we do is that we treat bees with a better solution, with ecological solution. So I don't think that I would I would be happy with myself if I had that solution and I didn't just spread it across the world, because it changes the beekeeping industry. And it was really important to me to just act on this problem. That was a combination of things. um, and of course, leading a business is a really responsible job. And it comes with many difficulties. But if you are ready to face them, when you are ready to open them, to open yourself, and just take that, then I think that it will be perfectly fine, and you will deal with everything that comes to you, and it will be okay. And I also felt like, if I didn't know something, I asked, because I reached out to people, and everyone helped me or redirected me to people, to person who could. So yes, I also wasn't afraid to ask for help, and that was important for me. We can't hear you.
Apologies, I muted myself and I forgot to unmute. Thank you so much, Olivia, for sharing. Then moving to Julia, when thinking about young women or any women as first-time entrepreneurs, how can they start thinking long-term, even if they are just getting started?
Thank you very much. I believe having a vision, like a long-term vision, is quite important in an entrepreneurial journey. So I quite like the habit number 2. I don't know if you've heard about Dr. Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The habit number 2 says that begin with an end in mind. And I think it's quite important to have a clear vision, as I mentioned, and having a personal mission statement for your life provides like a mental blueprints for your life and work. And also having a long-term vision keeps you on track when life throws something at you along the way. As you can see, it did throw lots of things on my way, and it does to everybody. So in terms of also goal setting, as a coach, I recommend my clients to have short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals when I'm working with a client. And I believe breaking down goals in that manner with the time frames will also make it more achievable without losing the sight of the big picture, that I would say.
Thank you so much, Julia. The second topic I'd like to reflect upon is the mindset and growth. As we can imagine, founding and growing a business is definitely not a walk in the park. It comes with many challenges, and we have to overcome it as an entrepreneur. Olivia, what's one challenge that you've had to face and that helped you grow as a founder?
Hmm. So I feel like the challenge that was the hardest for me was that um, after we became more visible on the internet and on the social media, um, we started to getting some hate, and there was a false information that was spread about us. So it was quite hard for me as a founder to just look at it. But then I realized that I'm not doing it to be to be appreciated by someone or to be liked. I'm doing it because it's important for me. And when you do something that becomes really good, or when you do something that's important, then many people can get jealous or offensive. You may face so many opinions about yourself, so many um, not unpleasant situations because of it. But it is really important that you uh, as Julia said, have that mission, that you know that why are you doing this, and you focus only on yourself, on your growth, and you learn to just let those people say those things without them affecting you so much,
Mhm.
because that's quite I feel like right now we have so much hate, and it's hard to to be um,
Having a
to
thick
not.
skin.
Yes, but there are so many people who are able to help you, who want to talk with you, so just don't give up.
Thank you, Olivia, for sharing. Confidence and especially resilience are definitely key for any entrepreneurs. Julia, to build such resilience, I assume finance also has a role to play, and this is your cup of tea, I guess. How can financial literacy support creativity and risk taking rather than limit it?
Thank you very much for this question. I quite like it. Talking about financial literacy and creativity at the same sentence. Usually we're like thought as our subject being boring. But I think one of the main obstacles when starting in the entrepreneurship journey is the financial constraints. So financial literacy equips someone with the tools to deal with these obstacles along the way. And what I see when I'm talking to my clients is that there is a lot of mental blocks about money. And also, as financial education is not part of the education system in general, lack of knowledge in this area would limit the growth in a business. So I see mindset blocks around money and finances, especially amongst women, more than men, as you mentioned. Like we feel less confident due to various reasons. I don't know. And as a result, female founded businesses receive less funding than their male counterparts. So there is a lot of evidence and there is a lot of statistics that how little female founded businesses receive significantly less in venture capital investments or private equity investments in comparison to male counterparts. I believe that financial literacy will help with the mental blocks or any of these constraints, and it will give you tools to deal with these challenges along the way. And hopefully it will open the way for female founded businesses to attract more investments going forward, I would say.
Thank you, Julia. That's very, very interesting. Maybe very quickly, do you have any simple financial habits or tools that you can share with the audience?
Yeah, I believe, like, again, coming back to a saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I quite like this saying. So I would say start with like something simple, because especially when it comes to finance, we do tend to become really overwhelmed, and then we decide, okay, this is too much for us. We're not going to do anything. So I would always suggest my clients to start with like a simple budgeting budgeting tool or simple budgeting exercises. There is a lot of online tools in the market, whether it's an app or just have a simple Excel spreadsheet. It's about knowing your numbers. Like, for example, in financial planning, the first stage is that what we call fact find. So you would be surprised how many of our clients don't really know where their assets are, what's the interest rate on their loans, or what's the term. So it's about like starting small with something like budgeting and tracking and being aware. So the first stage is understand where you are. And the second stage, I would say, is the goal setting, financial goal setting, probably. And maybe the third one is that don't give your power away as a woman to your partner, thinking that man really knows more about the finances, but that's not necessarily true, I would say.
Thank you, Julia, for sharing. All right. I will move on with the very last question of the fireside chat before we open the floor briefly for questions from the audience. I will ask you once again to be as brief as possible. But ladies, building on everything discussed previously, what's, let's say, one piece of advice that you would give to someone with an idea who's unsure how to take the first step? I can start with Olivia.
So I feel like the first thing that you can do that is quite easy because you can do it like online, you can find on LinkedIn, is to look for the people who already do something similar and try to see what are they doing, how are they doing it. Maybe try to reach out to them and ask them a few questions, because that might be really helpful to you. So I would look for people who do something similar or do the same thing already and learn from them, get some advice, and then I would just try. I would just test how it goes. I would just take little steps that might get me closer to what I want to achieve. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you. So, and we would be surprised to sometimes people are most often people are very open to speak and to have a coffee chat online with you. So, I fully agree and like this first tip definitely. And from your side, Julia, what would be your one piece of advice?
Again, I'm going to start with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. He says that you don't need to see the whole staircase, you just need to take the first step. It is really important to see the staircase or know where you would like to achieve, but it's very, very important to take the first step. So as I've mentioned previously, I believe it helps to break down the goals to avoid overwhelm, whether it's your financial goals or whether it's your career goals or whether it's your goals about your business. And keeping the big picture in your mind, reminding yourself the why, the purpose behind your goals will keep you on track in the face of challenges. And as I've given examples in my own journey, taking a leap of faith and also trusting that your journey is going to take you somewhere that's you're meant to be, I believe. As I say, I don't believe anything is a coincidence, and everything that we go through prepares us where we are exactly. So I believe, taking calculated risks and taking a leap of faith, because if you just stay in your comfort zone, nothing really, unfortunately, grows. So that's what I would say, like take the first step, take the calculated risks and take the leap of faith and have trust in the journey.
I love it. Thank you. All right. So now comes the time when we can hopefully engage a bit with the audience. We have only 10 minutes left, and I want to keep 2 minutes at the very end to just give a few final words. But yeah, now is the time to ask any questions to our speakers. I would ask anyone to just use the raise hand function, and my colleagues will give you the floor. And please don't be shy. Any questions for the speakers are good. You can also use the chat function if you prefer. I understand that sometimes people don't want to be on the screen. Maybe if there are no immediate questions, feel free to put them in the chat in the meantime, but maybe I can start with a question. We have some also questions prepared for the two speakers. Let me see. Maybe Olivia, what helped you in building your confidence when you just started out? Any tips on that specifically?
So I used to be very shy, uh, and I wasn't confident all the time. And building confidence was a process for me. So, uh, firstly, I started to um, give myself a little rewards for everything I did good. So I started embracing myself more, and I changed the way I just talked to myself. So it was the first thing, but what have built my confidence the most was staying consistent to my goals. And actually, I saw that I can do many things. I knew that I can overcome some challenges that were hard for me. I learned that when I do everything, I stay in touch with my values, and I can keep that discipline. So it is the key for me, that I stay in touch with myself, that I know myself, that that my past experiences showed me that I have some skills, and that's how I became confident. So it wasn't like it wasn't quick, but it was worth it.
Okay. Thank you for that. I see we have a few questions also appearing in the chat. Maybe the next one I could direct to Julia. What could be, according to you, a first step to find one's purpose? How did you find the clarity in your own purpose? You talked about this a lot, but maybe the more practical aspect of it would be interesting.
Thank you very much, and thanks for this question. I believe I'm not sure whether I find my purpose or my purpose found me. And as I mentioned, I believe in taking the chances. For example, when I was working in Turkey and when the opportunity arose for me to move abroad, I did take the chance, and I didn't know where it would take me. So it's about taking the chances, and I believe Olivia also mentioned that being open and keeping your mindset open, and I believe also the things that you're interested and that excites you is there for a reason. It's your soul's calling. I always liked working in finance, not because I just liked finance because I liked to understand how financial markets work. So there is a reason there for me to be that interested. So don't give up on your what excites your soul. Maybe finance is not necessarily the topic that would excite anybody, but it always excites me because I wanted to understand how the world works. And finance is completely related to everything that goes around in the world. It's that curiosity, I think, led me here. And also the obstacles, I think the obstacles and challenges in your way, it prepares you for your next stage. So always look for the growth within the situations that, for example, my divorce, I think, led me to set up my own practice within the financial advice sector that particularly focuses on empowering women who's going through the same challenges. So there's always a silver lining. And I think your purpose finds you rather than you finding your purpose. If you give the opportunities enough chance in your life and keep an open mind and heart.
All right, I like that. Really focus on what energizes you. I think it's an important takeaway.
Absolutely.
And yeah. All right. Then we have two very nice questions on finding some work partners or co-founders. I would like to tackle maybe this as the last question before we close. Do you have any advice on how to form a team to work with when starting? And what skills do you recommend to focus on? Here, I'm gonna maybe keep it open. Anyone wants to take this question?
I can take this question because I have experience both with social initiatives and with business. So it's much easier to find team for the social initiatives when uh, we are not talking about money. But when it comes to business, you should be maybe a little bit more picky about your partners because you will talk about so many important people, important things, and you should, when you invite people to it, you should have a founders agreement. You should be secured with that, but I would look for someone who does have skills that I don't have, because I'm good at some things, but I'm terrible at others, and I want to do in the uh, in the perfect conditions. I want to do only the things that I'm good at, that excites me, and that that bring me joy. So I would look for somebody who has skills that I don't have, and I would look through maybe some events, or I would look for someone who has uh, has been working in the similar conditions. I would search on LinkedIn, on events, depending on the initiative and project that I want to build with somebody. So
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. I really have to wrap up. I'm very sorry. But yeah, looking at the time, we have to wrap up the session. Before we close, I just want to emphasize a few messages very, very quickly. We definitely want to stay connected with all of you and to continue the discussion. Please join our closed LinkedIn group. Have a look at the link that we will share in the chat right away. Join us now. This will allow you to stay tuned on all the upcoming activities and webinars, and also the conference that we will be organizing in March 2026. More information to come on that. Also, we'd love to hear your feedback about this session. We will be sharing a form with you in the coming days via email. Thank you very much in advance for your support on this. And finally, I want to extend a really warm thank you to both speakers having joined us today. I am hopeful that your journeys have inspired some of the participants to take action. Thank you very much also to my colleagues from Switzerland and partners who are behind all the logistics of today's session. And last but not the least, also thank you very much to the European Commission for making today's session possible and for contributing to unlock women's potential. And I wish you all a fabulous rest of the day and see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.